What's going on, boys and girls? Today I want to talk to you a little bit about the Emax 2207 light spec 2400 kV motors. I recently installed these onto my 5-inch Chameleon build, and I've got it paired with a HobbyWing all-in-one stack with the ESC all-in-one and the flight controller, 40 amp ESC. But we're going to talk about the motors today. Give you my opinion on these motors. We're not going to go into the technical specs about them. You can look that stuff up on the interwebs, but if you're interested in buying these motors. But I'm just going to give you my opinion on how they fly and what I think about them. Now, I'm coming from the red bottoms race specs I had on here at first, and 2300 kV. Those motors were great. I loved them. They had plenty of power, plenty of torque. Only issue I had with them was the bearings. The bearings would wear out on them really fast. I actually had gotten a set one time where 2 bearings were already bad in the motor before I even put them on, so I had to deal with that to start off with. Now, I have flown about 20 packs on these motors, and I've had 4 major crashes. As you can see, those crashes, some of them were pretty bad. They were so bad that I actually had broken the props and there was nothing but the hub left. This one right here on one of those crashes was really bad. I had lost the nut on the top, the prop came off, and you can see there's actually big scratches into the bell. Even with that, the bearings are still good. So far these bearings on here, I don't have any issues, even with those hard crashes. Like I said, I'm running these Dow props, and you know how strong these props are. Broke them all the way down to the hub, and still have not bent a shaft, and the bearings are still smooth as the day I put them on there. These motors are so silky smooth. The power, these things have plenty of power. I love the power on these motors. Just punch that throttle and get out away from trees if I get close to trees and I feel like I'm about to crash. Pulling out of dives, keep me from smacking the ground. I can blip the throttle real quick, pull me right out, no problem whatsoever. So how do these motors compare to other motors? Well, I've tried quite a few different motors. I've had DYS motors, I've had Brother Hobby motors, Emax motors, I've had some cheaper knockoff stuff. Right now I'm running the Hype Trains on my other build. These are great motors too, but the bearings are already trash. They sound like trash, and they already started sounding bad within the first couple flights. I beat them pretty good, and the shafts aren't bent. They still fly great. But for me, to be honest with you, I like these motors probably better than anything I've tried so far. Time will tell, you know. I mean, I'll get more flights in on them and see how they are. One thing with these motors that I have been able to do that I have not been able to do with other motors is turn off all the notch filters in beta flight. And if you have not experienced flight with all the notch filters turned off, you're missing it. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's a night and day difference the way the quad feels. Your stick inputs are so precise feeling. The quad don't feel like it's sliding out anywhere. It's snappier, and I mean, it's unbelievable experience. I can show you. I'm going to show you this video right here. I took this video early morning as the sun was coming up. Froze my ass off, 29-degree weather, to try out these motors. And this is without the last notch filter turned off. This is the first 2 notch filters turned off, and this was not with the D term turned off. So
come and fly away with me. 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 Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die, so come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me. We're rising. somewhere close to harmony. When the world is sound asleep, something's gonna bring the change. Journeys we are meant to take. Something at the edge of space, calling us to fly away. Don't you be afraid, everything will change. You and I, jumping off the edge. They say dreamers never die, so come and fly, come and fly, come and fly away with me. We're rising, we're falling, we're making through. We're climbing, we're soaring, 1,000 views. Come and fly away, come and fly away, come and fly away with me. Come and fly away, come and fly away, come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me. Come and fly away with me.
That video wasn't too bad. Flight felt okay to me. It was my normal feeling flight. Then later that day I said, you know what, let me give it a try. I hadn't tried it on these motors yet. So I went in beta flight, turned off the last notch filter on the D-term, and gave it a little bit of a try. I checked the motors, make sure they were not hot. They felt lukewarm, barely even warm. And that was with my props are already kind of beat up, so I wanted to use the beat up props to make sure, you know, it wasn't going to smoke my motors. And here's the flight after I turned the last notch filter off. It completely changed my freestyle flight. The speed, the snappiness. I felt like I could go about anywhere as I wanted to go, and I felt safe with it. I felt like I had a lot more control.
Infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power, infinite power. Infinite power.
conclusion, these motors, for me, in my opinion, are really good. I love them. And probably what's going to happen after these get to be so bad, I'm probably going to switch over both quads to running these 2207s. So, good going, Emax. Way to go. Really happy with these motors. I want to say thank you to everyone tuning into my channel. If you like this, please hit the like button down at the bottom. Subscribe, comment. Please put any comments in the comment section. If you have any questions, I'll be glad to answer any questions for you. And always, always fly safe. Be sure you're flying in a legal area to fly in. Do not ruin this hobby. Thank you very much, guys, and always have fun. Thank you. Have a good day.